Welcome to the Dermastore podcast.
A chat about all things skincare, skin health.
And if you're a real skin nerd, we hope you'll join the conversation. Well, welcome. Our first ever Dermastore podcast, Laura.
Are you ready?
I think we're good.
Oh my goodness. What are we doing?
I have no idea.
Hope you can enjoy. Today's episode, we're going to chat about one of our latest launches on Dermastore. And it's really such a fun and exciting launch because it's a bit of an out there brand for us. It's all the way from Germany. Hey, Greg?
Yep. Our first German brand on Dermastore. We stock a lot of French and Spanish brands, but this is the first from Germany. So we're excited about it.
What was it about, let me just say it, Dr Barbara Sturm that got you excited?
Yeah, it's a brand we've been looking at for a while. I think it's probably a good year or two. They have been making a bit of a storm on social media, and we've kind of looked at where they've been stocked internationally, and they've really grown. So when we had the sort of interest to look at stocking them, the first thing we really looked at was the person behind the brand, which we'll chat about in a minute. But I think it's a combination of things. Whenever we look at a skincare brand, a new one, a potential partner, there's so many factors. And from the outset, it looked like this brand would check a lot of those boxes.
I really was so curious about this brand because everyone seems to be using it. There's such a hype around it. But for us, like, we are serious about skincare. And are people just using a brand because of the name? Or are they using it because it really is efficacious? Like, oh my word, are there results back behind the skincare brand? And we were quite pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I think the success of any skincare brand is retention, right? So it's very hard to launch a brand and be successful if you're not getting repeat purchases. So you wouldn't have seen this brand as much as you would have if it hadn't have had that effect on people. So I think that is probably what it is that the usability of the products have really convinced consumers to keep buying it.
And I think so when we received our, call it, test box of products, it was really super exciting to be able to feel this product and really experience what Dr. Barbara Sturm is all about. And when we did the testing, certainly from my point of view of how I tested it, normally when we go into product testing, you sort of look at the ingredients and you want to see how it was formulated. But with Dr. Barbara Sturm, kind of went in completely blind and kind of used it like a consumer would.
Yep.
I don't think they unpack it as much as we would normally. And it was sensational.
Yeah, you can feel the difference. Huge focus on quality for me. When I first tried it, that sort of jumped out at you already. It was, a lot of attention and time and detail has gone into making these products. Not to say that we haven't experienced that before, but I think this is just one of the key highlights for us is the usability of the products. The kind of products you just want to put on your skin every single day.
It was so, and kind of, it was super interesting for me when using it because it was quite a simple product, especially for me, the moisturizers. But continuously using it, you really, day after day after day, it became like an accumulative effect where the results or my skin just felt incredible.
And almost like a bit addictive in that way because it is, as you say, it's quite different from our other brands in that they're not, her philosophy and approach, is non-aggressive kind of ingredients. It's about anti-inflammatory and soothing. So quite bold in a way to go that route when everyone else is doing a lot of actives and that kind of thing. But your skin just responds so well to this approach. And I think it is because of that philosophy of anti-inflammatory and because of the kind of aggressors that our skin is exposed to on a daily basis.
And I think that is part of also the decision into why we went with this brand because it did have such a different angle and quite a unique offering, which is not something that we actually offer on Dermastore.
And that's how it fills the need, I think, as you say. So what a wonderful range to also use in conjunction with some of these other brands that we have. By all means, build a routine on its own. If your skin type, I think, is sensitive, dry, aging, it's a wonderful range for that segment. but use it with your actives. And I think that's a nice pairing.
And I think one of the biggest things for us, especially for skincare, where we're trying to target specific skin concerns on Dermastore, is our pregnant clients.
Yes.
We have on a daily basis on our support being asked, what can I use? I'm pregnant. With Dr. Barbara Sturm, it is 100% safe for pregnancy, and you can use all her products.
I know, which is amazing because, as you say, there's such limitations around that category specifically. So for anti-aging, brightening, just general glow and skin health, beautiful products just to use while you're pregnant, and all completely safe with skin beneficial ingredients.
So Dr. Barbara Sturm is actually quite a rock star, isn't she?
Yeah, she's a personality and a half.
I adore her, and she really just makes you fall in love with the brand so much. Like, she really turns on the magic. And what's even more cool about this woman is that she is a mad scientist, actually. She's got some serious credentials behind her name.
Yeah, exactly. She did 20 years of anti-inflammatory research. She pioneered the vampire facial. She's world-renowned in aesthetic procedures. So got a lot of credibility behind her name, which makes it all the much easier for us to recommend and sell these products because we know she's putting in her experience. You can see it kind of playing out in the brand.
I think also what I love so much about having Dr. Barbara Sturm sort of at our fingertips, it's relevant, it's to date, it's real time.
Exactly. And what's interesting about that is some of our other brands have been started by doctors who, might have sold their company and they're no longer associated with it, or unfortunately might have passed on. So we're kind of working with a living legend here.
The vampire facial is no joke, Greg.
It's huge.
Thank you, Kim Kardashian, for making it famous. But, vampire facial and her whole way she thinks about anti-aging and healing and repair is really super powerful. And I mean, basically what she said and how her products came about was she was doing these procedures on her patients, and then the patients, wanted to know what home care or skincare they could use post-procedure. And she said that she couldn't really find anything that was weighing up to the quality or standard of what she wanted to achieve in skincare. And that's how she formulated her own brand.
It goes back to her, I think, 3 brand pillars: their hydration, boosting skin barrier function, and ultimately reducing the visible signs of irritation. So that, as a core philosophy, says a lot about the approach to what she thinks about skincare and skin health. And I think it's a very relevant conversation for today's skin concerns because there are more environmental aggressors. We all know what those are, but to have such a refreshing approach is really great. And I mean, let's look at the ingredients that she uses.
Purslane is her
number one, her key ingredient. What it offers is antioxidants, healing, repairing. So high in amigo acids, linoleic acid, which is, skin-loving ingredient at concentrations that can make a significant difference.
And you'll find Purslane in almost every single one of her products. And then you'll see the synergistic formulations and the other ingredients she's included. They all complement each other. So, there's aloe vera, which is, we know is actually coming back. It's becoming quite a popular ingredient to formulate with again. And then hyaluronic acid, chamomile, panthenol. So all soothing, repairing, hydrating ingredients. So Dr. Barbara Sturm's products, there's quite a few standout products that really just got our attention and that we really loved using.
The white t-shirt.
Absolutely. Hyaluronic acid serum is something else. And it goes back to everyone needs a white t-shirt, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's very clear cut and defined. It says hydration, calming inflammation, and rebuilding that skin barrier. And one of those steps is hydration, pure and utter, unadulterated hydration.
And we also really loved her glow drops. There was just...
It's my favorite product.
I can't believe... You would think it's a gimmicky thing, right? Because of the name glow drops. But when you use this product, I mean, what did you love about it, Greg?
Just the usability. I could see my skin getting better every day when I used it. Less prone to breakouts, less prone to sensitivity, just general rebuilding of the skin barrier. And it obviously provides a nice glow and hydration boost because it's basically a 2-in-1 in some sense, because it is quite a creamy texture. I wouldn't use it for very oily skin, but for normal combination, dry, perfect.
And it just blurs the skin a little bit, so it just makes your skin look really healthy and glowy.
Exactly.
So amazing. But one product that I adore, because here's a confession, I'm not the greatest with sunscreen. I don't know why. I mean, unless it's in my tinted sunscreen.
Do you work for Dermastore?
No. So the sun drops, I think, were made for me.
Yeah, they are such an innovative product because it's a serum design product, but with an SPF 50, it can be used with your moisturizer. It can be used on their own. It's just such a standout product in that range. And mine have lasted me months. You just need a tiny bit, and a little goes a long way.
It truly is one of those hybrid products, and I love it because it makes you want to use it because there's so many additional benefits, and you're getting a full factor
and
SPF
no
50.
white cast.
It's incredible. But some of the other products that really just seem so much fun and really good to use and have in your staple, I would love to use their mask.
Yes, and it comes with a very nice little brush.
I mean, that just makes skincare so much fun, doesn't it?
And the cleanser, the exfoliating cleanser, it's got a powder format that is activated with water. And it really just kind of foams up to be this luxurious kind of foam. And that's a standout product for me as well. And then just going back to the quality of the moisturizers as well. I mean, the jar in your hand feels like, I don't know, like a piece of gold. It's like heavy, it's weighted, you can feel the quality and the luxury that's gone into these products.
Absolutely. And you feel hell of a fancy using these products. But the coolest thing is they work. So that's amazing. But one of the categories that we did decide to bring in on Dermastore was darker skin tones.
Yeah.
And it is a category that probably needs a little bit of education around it because it can be a little bit misleading.
Yeah, I think one of the things is when we first looked at this, we're like, whoa, like we've never seen a brand segment just specifically based on skin color. I mean, it's just not really a done thing. And we sort of learned about it more. It's not actually about skin color. It's about the amount of melanin in the skin. So that could be someone with a lighter skin. It could be someone with pigmentation. It could be someone with just dull sort of, kind of compromised skin that needs repair. And some of the ingredients are slightly different. So you'll see moisturizers or serums that look the same, but there's kind of beneficial ingredients for those indications.
I would almost think that this is sort of her flagship category because of its aggressive approach to inflammation treatment, because patients who do have higher pigmentation or melanin present in their skin, they are more prone or predisposed to inflammatory skin disorders. So it is for that patient who is struggling or had acne that has now got post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, or melasma from injury, so chemical burns or anything like that, where there is just more presence of melanin, that darker skin tones is going to help control, heal, and improve that skin condition. So really, really excited to see how this product lifts off in terms of our post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation is one of our most
huge category. And I think, again, the root of all evil, inflammation in the body, as we know. So if you are predisposed to, as you say, hyperpigmentation or melasma, long-term use of these products should help and go a long way.
Really exciting. And it doesn't just stop with skincare with Dr. Barbara Sturm.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much opportunity with her catalog.
Well, when we started speaking to them, we got really excited because they're expanding out into other categories. So they've got supplements, they've got hair and body care. So a really 360 approach to the brand philosophy. And we're super excited to research those and hopefully get some of the products on Dermastore. Well, I think that's it for today's first episode. If you're still hanging around, thanks so much for supporting it.
Don't forget to subscribe if you're keen to learn more about what we have to say. We would also really love your thoughts, ideas, and any questions you have for future episodes. You can email us on pod@dermastore.co.za.
Ciao.